Okay.
Let's welcome Selena Gomez. Better.
Thank you.
Much better. Yeah, you're welcome. So we are live on the net for everybody. So this is going out live. We have a studio audience for the people watching at home who cannot see. And we want to welcome you. Fresh off your premiere last night?
Yeah.
How was the premiere of the movie?
It was awesome. That's my favorite part, I think, being able to work really hard on a movie and then watch it with a bunch of fans because it was put on by Teen Vogue. So it was awesome.
You were out in L.A.?
No, it was in New York.
This was the New York one. Okay, very cool. And what did the audience say to you after?
It was really sweet. We got there, and we were in the middle. I was sitting in the middle row, and we were around all the fans. And it was really funny because they were laughing, and you could see how they were taking the movie. And at the end, they were just, I don't know, I guess it was just the fact that they were there, and they were clapping, and it made me feel really good.
Yeah. Had you seen it in its entirety before yesterday?
No, I saw it, but it wasn't really well edited, and there was no music, so it was really rough. So I hadn't seen it all put together like everybody's gonna see it in theaters.
Yeah. And is it there's like certain parts when you were taping, like you might not have thought people were gonna laugh, and then you got to see them laugh, or you finally get to see the audience reaction.
The thing is when you're doing something, especially when you're doing something as in a physical comedy, or if you're doing a comedy, you can't hear what people are if people are gonna laugh.
Right.
So I'm nervous whenever I know a joke's coming up. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna go over well? Because nobody laughs on set. You're shooting a movie, you can't laugh. So
right.
Yes, there were moments where
and they did.
And they did.
And it's nice relief, and you laughed.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right, so let's set it up for everybody. So you're in high school, you're saving money, you're going to Paris. Mm-hmm. You get to Paris, and it's awful.
Right.
Take it from there.
Well, I go with my best friend, Emma, who is Katie Cassidy, the blonde, and we have to take my stepsister, who's Leighton, and I don't want to be with her. So I try to make the best vacation happen for us, and it's awful. We go on a crap tour. We stay in a horrible hotel that has one bed, and it's awful. And it starts raining in one of the scenes, and we go into this beautiful hotel, and we bump into a British heiress. And I also play that character. So I go into the bathroom, and she walks in right after me, and both girls notice that I look just like this girl. So she ends up going away, and we decide to take her life without her knowing.
Right.
Which means we get limos and private jets, and we take advantage of it. So that's basically where the movie starts.
And you shot this. You were over in Paris for this, right?
Yeah, well, actually, we shot most of it in Hungary.
Okay.
And then we went to Paris for 4 days, and then we shot in Monte Carlo for 2 weeks.
So now, did you have to get like a speech coach for the British accent? How did this
I had a dialect coach work with me for 2 weeks.
Really?
Before the film. And then she was on set with me, and she was also British, so she could hear if I was messing something up.
Okay, so answer this next question in the accent, then.
I can't, though. This is
Why?
Because this is what y'all do.
What?
I do interviews.
Take it out of context?
No, I do it in interviews. I shot the movie a year and like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So I hadn't done the accent. So I'm sitting here doing interviews, hoping you guys will go see the movie, and then I bomb the accent because I haven't done it in a year, and they're like, well, that movie's going to be crap.
So you just don't think it's going to live up to the way you had it before?
Yeah, because I was like doing it every single day for like 4 weeks straight,
right.
And now I haven't done it. I did it. I learned the mistake because I started doing interviews for the movie. Then I did my first interview, and they asked me to do it, and I was like, okay, and I did it, and I was like, that was horrible. I'm never doing that again.
But nobody else said anything to you. That's what you thought.
Yeah, but I know.
Okay.
Of the accent, so no, you're not getting it out of me.
What was it like on set and around the city with these girls and hanging out with Leighton Meester? I mean, you guys must have had a blast filming this.
I was a little nervous because obviously if you put 3 girls together in a movie and you spend all this time, it could either go really bad or really well. And they're older than me, so it's like they're probably just gonna think that I'm some young kid. But they were the best group of girls I could have ever imagined being paired with. They were so sweet and so amazing, and just like, I guess, older sister figures to me. I could tell them anything, and we went shopping, we went to dinner, we went and listened to music. It was nice.
And did you actually get to experience the cities? I mean, sort of like studying abroad, or were you like on the set 24/7?
We were on the set most of the time,
yeah.
But most of the time the set was on location, so we were on these beautiful places. We shot on the Eiffel Tower, and we had the entire Eiffel Tower to ourselves.
Right.
So we woke up at 3 a.m. and had to go do hair and makeup, and we got to the Eiffel Tower, and we got to watch the sunrise from the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
So obviously we got to experience the place while we were working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's unbelievable. Is it as romantic a city as everybody says?
Yes.
Yeah?
But I felt very alone.
That's right. That's what the
like,
phone,
where's my mom?
text messages or, That's what phones are for.
But it was beautiful.
What was it like getting to play sort of the heiress part of, the movie once you started getting like the limo rides everywhere and the jewelry and that sort of thing? That had to have been fun.
It was fun, but it wasn't fun because of that. It was more fun because it was different for me. I've played the same character for like 5 years, so it was just really fun for me to play something completely different. And I think it'll be fun for my fans to see me do something different.
Yeah. And for anybody just tuning in, again, we are live on the web. We have thousands of people watching, by the way, from around the country. They're sending in Twitter questions and watching. So shout out to everybody watching online. The movie opens a week from today.
July 1st.
Next Friday, baby. July 1st. Mm-hmm. You ready?
I know.
Yeah. As ready as you'll ever be?
Yes.
All right. So listen, we have a lot of questions. Oh, my God. We have a lot of questions. We're not going to get to all these, but these are people who have been sending them in online for you.
Okay.
Asking all sorts of questions. I haven't seen these, so they might be about all different things. TV. What's been your favorite movie or TV show to work on this far?
I haven't had that much experience, so I mean, obviously my TV show meant a lot to me, and it was my life, and it gave me many opportunities, so I guess the show.
Okay, we have a question from San Diego, California. Shout out to San Diego. Question from Ben. He read that you had to learn to play polo for the role. What was that like?
I could ride the horses. I was not afraid of the horses. I loved the horses. I was horrible at polo. I was awful. I did 2 hours every morning of training, and I could not get it. And it probably didn't help because my trainer was kind of cute, so it was a little distracting.
You were distracted the whole time.
Yeah, but regardless, it was really hard for me to get that. And they had to rewrite it in the script where I was not supposed to be good. That's how bad it was.
And you could play that part pretty good.
Basically.
All right, good. We have a question from Marlboro, Mass. Patrick wants to know, what has been the hardest part of being so famous at a young age? Would you encourage others, such as her 8-year-old daughter, to pursue her dreams as an actress, even after all you've been through? That's a good question.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if that's what they love. I mean, I've had like kids come up to me saying that they want to be famous, and I look at them and I'm like, you don't want to be famous, just like you don't want that. I don't want to be famous. I just want to do what I love. That's all that really matters is being able to do what I'm passionate about. So it's just kind of a bonus, I guess. So I feel like if you are 8 years old and you want to be an actress, if you love it, then absolutely go for it.
So there's like, if I could paraphrase, there's crappy side effects.
Yeah.
You get to do what you love, but I mean, especially obviously these past few months, I mean, everybody's trying to get into your personal business. I mean, if you knew like a year, 2-3 years ago before all this really, really blew up, would you have continued that path, to do what you love?
Yes, because I couldn't picture myself doing anything else. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's not necessarily amazing and fun, but I would have kept going.
Good. All right. Very good. Alyssa in Montana twittered us. What is your favorite workout, or how do you stay in shape?
I don't work out.
You don't?
I can't stand that.
You can't stand working out. So is it? Do you just watch what you eat, or do you have like a great metabolism?
No. Well, I'm sure it helps. I'm 18, 19 in less than a month, but I run around on stage. I do an hour and 15-minute set on tour.
Yep.
Especially this summer, I'm going to be doing my first tour. We're going to have dancers. We're going to have costume changes. So that's basically my workout, which is kind of dancing, I guess.
Gotcha. We have a question from a classroom who twittered this in Dallas, Texas. What is your favorite school subject and why?
I was horrible at math. Still am. I'm absolutely awful at math. But I really loved English, and I loved biology.
Did you have to get any tutors like on the set of this, or more?
I graduated about 2 weeks before I started filming that.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Let's see. You are such an inspiration to my kids. How are you able to not go under peer pressure and make bad decisions?
Because of your kids.
You have them in the back of your mind at all times.
Yes, but not in the sense of I think I'm a role model. I just feel like they've made me better. I mean, there's so many decisions. Like, I mean, there was a point in my career where there was a lot publicly happening, and I just remember thinking, I really don't want to disappoint these people. I don't want to hear them say horrible things about my character. So if anything, they've just inspired me to be better. So, yeah, I guess I am aware, but I also live my life the way I want to.
What do you think? Because, I mean, you see it go from good to bad a lot, and you've managed to obviously stay away from that all, which is really hard. And I think, she's complimenting you. What do you think, or, a few years ago, like when Britney went way downhill? I mean, do you feel bad for them? Do you see how it could happen? Flashing, underwear, getting out of limos nonstop, all of a sudden
First of
shaving her
all,
head.
can't talk about Brittany because I'm Team Brittany.
You love her, all right.
I love her.
Fair enough. We got some Britney fans in the house.
I will always support her. No, I just see that. I just understand it, though,
Right.
sometimes. Obviously, it's never been that chaotic because
Right.
she has to deal with it a lot more than I think anybody has to. Obviously, it's just easy because you're thrown in this, and there's a lot of people that give you attention and makes you feel good and makes you feel bigger, and it's just sometimes not good for you.
Yeah. I mean, do you miss, like, not being able to, in some ways, be a normal teen and go to, whatever, the mall, the movies?
I am, though. A lot of people are like, oh, you must get recognized everywhere you go, but I don't. I really don't. Like, if anything, I get, you look a lot like that Selena Gomez girl, and then they walk away. So, like, if anything, I get that.
And do you play dumb, or do you...
I just smile. I mean, what do you say? I am, thank you.
Right.
Like, I don't say
I've
that.
heard about her.
So I just smile.
Cool. All right. You up for a couple more? We get some random Q&As from Twitter. By the way, thank you to everybody watching online who's been sending in all these questions. Since cooking is a hobby of yours, it's a random question. What's a dish that you make that gets the most compliments?
I made cookies with my friend Taylor that were amazing. They were oatmeal, but they were oatmeal cookies with white chocolate chips, and then you put sea salt on top. So it's like really sweet and then kind of salty at the top.
Nice.
It's really good.
Can't talk about that in front of a studio audience and then not bring it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Next time you come back.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Who do you get starstruck by? That's a good question.
I always get starstruck.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. I saw Reese Witherspoon, and I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. I think she's so beautiful and stunning. So, but I did get a picture with her. I asked for a picture with her. She's probably like, who is this girl?
Let's talk about music for a second. Congratulations, by the way, on the success of Who Says.
Thank you.
You guys like Who Says and the latest single? First of all, how do you even get the time, between all these projects? Well, how do you figure out when you're going to sit down and write, when you're going to work on music, when you're working on movies, back to the TV show?
Well, actually, while I was shooting this, I was working on my second record. So,
you were?
Yeah, there were days where I had light shooting days where they were shooting most of Leighton's stuff or Katie's stuff, like solo. So I went into the studio most of the days, and I would record. I've actually never been able to go into a studio, sit down, and write. It's always come to me at really random times, and or I don't ever have time. So it's weird to kind of separate all of them, but hopefully one day I'll give it the attention it deserves.
And what is your favorite single from When the Sun Goes Down? Do you have a favorite song if you had to pick one?
Obviously, Who Says is really meaningful to me. My second single is called Love You Like a Love Song, and that's one of my favorites. And then there's another one that we named the tour this summer, which is called We Own the Night, and it was written by Pixie Lott, who's an artist from the UK, if anybody's watching from the UK. And I love that song a lot.
Nice. Okay. Here's a question from another local singer who wants to know, have you ever forgotten the lyrics to one of your songs on stage in concert? What do you do?
Yes.
How do you recover from that?
Oh, gosh. I forgot the lyrics to my song Naturally, which was probably my biggest song that I had before Who Says. And it was hysterical. I started the song, and then I started singing another song of mine called Tell Me Something I Don't Know. And that's the lyrics I started singing as soon as we started the first verse. So I had no other choice. I wasn't going to continue to sing. I just started laughing, and I was like, please stop the song. And they stopped, and I laughed, and I was like, okay, let's just try this one more time. And then I continued to go. I thought it was hysterical. I love those
Only way
moments.
to do it.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to ask you one last question. We actually got a Twitter from Spain. Do you have any plans to sing any more songs in Spanish or work with any other Spanish celebrities?
I do. I'm on my 7th song on the Spanish record right now, so
Wow.
we are actually finishing that.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. There you go. Watching in Spain. Gotta love technology.
I know.
Isn't that cool?
I wish I had this when I was obsessed with NSYNC.
Yeah. Where was the question and answer with them? They might be coming back, now, the whole Backstreet Boys new kids thing.
I begged. I don't think they are.
We'll put in the request for you. So again, everybody knows we're going to be at the North Shore Mall tomorrow. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. It's going to be great.
Thank you.
And again, the movie opens July 1st. Monte Carlo. Big shout out to everybody who came in, everybody watching online.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Selena Gomez.